Hey there, and welcome back to my channel. It is day 16 of 55 Identity Shift Journey with Lucia Life Coaching. If you're new to my channel, hi and welcome. I'm happy that you're here. And if you're returning, I'm really glad you decided to come back and join our 55-day Identity Shift Journey. So ladies, whether it's day 1, day 10, or 16 for you, it doesn't matter. You're right on time. You're not late. We have all of the videos from day 1 through 16 on YouTube, so you can consume those at your leisure. And if you need personalized one-on-one coaching, reach out to me. I'm here for you. You can reach out to me at Adeline, ADELINE, lucialifecoaching@gmail.com. On this channel, we talk about manifestation, identity, releasing negative blocks, releasing negative beliefs, and becoming the version of you who no longer has to chase what life you want because it starts responding to you. So day 16 is all about stop wasting time and step into 2026 like a boss. Make 2026 your epic year. It's also January 5th. It's my husband Steve's birthday, so big shout out to him. Hoping that he has a beautiful, beautiful day. I love you, baby. So it's the perfect time to reset, not just your goals, but your identity. Before I do that, I want to share a personal story. I think most of you know that at the age of 22, I married my first boyfriend. I was dating him since I was 15 years old. Got married at 22, and at the age of 26, I filed for a divorce after learning that he had been sleeping with my friend and got her pregnant. And at that point, I had to make a big decision, right? Was I going to continue my life living as a divorcee, humiliated, embarrassed, heartbroken, or was I going to take life by the balls and step into a new reality? So thank goodness I opted for the latter and really took hold of my new identity. I first had to get clear on what it is I wanted, and I did that. And once I did, I moved from New York City to Connecticut. I've been working in Connecticut, and my best friend Michelin also lived there. So it made sense, and it felt natural for me to move to Connecticut. At any rate, I moved. I lived a couple of blocks from the beach. I started jogging in the morning. I mean, I truly revamped my life from start to finish. And I'm so grateful that I did that. At that time, I wrote a scripting letter, and it was very detailed because I wanted to get clear on my next husband. What did I want, right? I listed exactly what I wanted in the man of my dreams: his height, the color of his hair, the color of his eyes. I wanted someone loyal, someone kind, someone giving, someone that only had eyes for me. And I also wrote everything that I ever wanted, right? So I put this in a scripting letter. I first started the scripting letter, of course, with gratitude, thanking the universe for everything, good and bad, all of my experiences, because without them, I wouldn't be the person that I was. So I wrote this scripting letter thanking the universe for everything, for my experiences, for my life, for my friends, for my family, for my job. And I was really coming and living from a state of abundance, a state of love and joy. And guess what? Because I was in that state and in that frequency, more love and more abundance came to me. So I was attracting the state that I was in. And at that time, I decided not to feel sorry for myself, not to be bitter, but to leave that in the past, heal my heart, and work on myself. And that's exactly what I did. Everything I manifested and everything that I wrote in that scripting letter came true, including my beautiful husband, Steve, my business, Lucia Life Coaching, a peace of mind, clarity, alignment, and a lot of opportunities. It didn't come from forcing or visualizing harder. My manifestation came when I stopped trying to change my outer circumstances and decided to look within. So if manifestation hasn't worked for you before, this video is for you. Let's talk about what didn't work. For a long time, I did manifestation the way most people do. I visualized, I said my affirmations, I hoped, I begged, I cried, and I waited. And I waited. And sometimes things worked, but they never really stuck. Why? Because underneath all that, my internal identity still said, I have to struggle to get ahead. I need to prove myself. I don't know that I believe this 100%, but here's what no one tells you. You don't manifest what you want. You manifest what your identity expects. You receive exactly what you believe you should receive. So if you believe that you're worthless, you're going to attract more things that confirm that you're worthless. You manifest what your identity expects. And until I understood that, nothing changed. So get that through your head. You receive exactly what you believe you should receive. Once you understand that, everything changes. So let's define manifestation clearly, the way that we use it here. Manifestation is not about wishing. It's not about pretending. It's not about waiting for signs. Manifestation is identity alignment. It is identity agreement. Everything already exists. We're not creating anything new. Manifestation is who you are on a daily basis. It's what you're thinking. It's what you're saying to yourself and to others. It's what your nervous system believes is normal to you. Manifestation is the assumptions that you repeat to yourself quietly. It's your subconscious responding to what is familiar. It doesn't respond to what you desire. It responds to what is familiar to your nervous system. So think of it like this. Your life is like a radio, and all of the stations you could ever want are already playing. But if you're tuned into one station, let's say the station of struggle or self-doubt, you can't hear the music of abundance or peace, right? Because you can't hear two radio stations playing at the same time. If I want to listen to hip hop, but I have the classical station playing, I'll never hear the music that I desire. You don't get the music by wishing for it. I can wish for 106.1, but if I'm locked into 101.1, I'll never hear the music that I desire. And that's because you don't get the music by wishing for it. You get it by changing your frequency. Your identity is like a radio dial. Your thoughts, emotions, and the language you use are what tunes it. When I changed my identity, I changed my frequency. And what I wanted didn't chase me, it became available. That's why changing your identity first is everything. So let me walk you through the 5 identity shifts. Here's the first one, and it's probably the most important one. I stopped asking, what do I want? Because that question comes from a place of lack. It comes from a place of doubt. Instead of asking, what do I want out of life? I started to ask, who would I have to be for this to feel normal to me? How would I have to act in order for this to feel normal to me? Because the version of you who has what you want moves differently, speaks differently, and makes decisions differently. You know how it is. When things are going your way, when you receive that phone call that says you got the job, all of a sudden you got that little pep in your step, right? You walk with an air of confidence, like you got this. So remember, you don't become her after the manifestation. You become her before the manifestation. Identity shift number 2, your nervous system sets the limit. Another huge realization for me was understanding that you cannot manifest what your nervous system doesn't feel safe holding. It has to feel natural to you. If peace feels unfamiliar, if success feels overwhelming or out of reach, if consistency feels threatening, your system will pull you back to your default. It will pull you back to what feels known and safe and familiar. This isn't sabotage, it's self-protection. And once I started fighting myself and started really creating safety, things began to stabilize. And I want you to hear me. Stability is what manifestation actually needs to take root. It needs to feel normal, right? To your nervous system, to your whole body in order for it to take root. So let's talk about identity shift number 3, language. Language creates reality. The next shift was my language. And girl, this was a tough one for me because I have to pay attention to what I was saying, not only to others, but to myself. And not what I was saying out loud, but including all of the things that I was thinking about that was running through my mind. That's because your subconscious mind is always listening. So when you say things like, I'm trying, this is really tough, I'm struggling with this, I have no energy today, I'm so tired, I don't want to go to work. Or you say things like, oh, that disease runs in my family, I get that anger from my dad, I'm just like my mom, I am so lazy, maybe someday. When you say things like that, your subconscious hears you. And what they take away from that is that you're not ready, that you don't feel safe, and that you're still living from that old identity mindset. So I stopped using dramatic affirmations and started really using believable ones. Here's a couple of examples. This is becoming normal to me. My new identity is progressing. I'm learning how to hold this new identity. This new identity feels great to my body. This new identity is unfolding naturally. Manifestation isn't hype. It's about agreement. It's about alignment. Identity shift number 4 is inspired action. Manifestation doesn't mean doing nothing, but it also doesn't mean forcing something and pushing. When your identity shifts, your actions shift naturally. That's why when we pray, we don't want to come from crying and begging because we're coming from a place of lack. You got to come from a place of thanksgiving and gratitude. Thank the universe for everything that you have, and the manifestation will come. You stop chasing, you stop over-explaining, you stop having to prove yourself because you know. You live from the end. You live from that life already fulfilled. The right actions feel calm. They feel obvious. They feel aligned. And they feel natural. Once you feel natural to your nervous system, things start to take flight. That's when momentum builds, right? Without burnout, without doubts, without fear, without questioning it. So here's the last identity shift, letting go. And I know this is hard for a lot of people, especially those who want to control everything. But you have to let it go. You can't, your job isn't in the how, right? Your job is to step into that new identity and assume that it's already yours. The universe will follow suit. So the final shift was releasing the timeline, not giving up, but trusting the moment is coming. So when you stop asking, why isn't it here yet? Why isn't this working for me? Stop asking that and start asking, how would I live knowing that my manifestation is coming? How would I move my body if I trusted this was inevitable? How would I be living my life if I knew that my manifestations were coming to fruition? Once you start asking those questions, things will speed up. Detachment isn't indifference. Detachment is confidence. So if you're stepping into 2026 thinking you need to become someone new, I want you to hear this. You don't. Girl, you're not looking to be someone else. You're not looking to become someone new. It's all about being a better version of you. The one that has the faith in the universe. The one that has faith in her own manifestation. The one that is living the life already fulfilled, living in the end. That's the one that's going to realize her dreams. So stop wasting time. Make 2026 your epic year and start manifesting like a true boss. The one that knows that they are abundant, that they are enough, that they are blessed. So what do you do now? You step into 2026 like it's already yours. Get your nervous system accustomed to what that new feeling looks like. Get your nervous system accustomed to how feeling that new state feels like, right? You want your nervous system to feel safe, to feel secure, to feel familiar. This is your glow up year. You want to be able to maintain the version of you that is calm, that is grounded, and already living the life that you want. Remember that God lives within you, so get ready to meet the new version of you. Girl, this is glow up year. This is your chance. This is your time. So let's do it together. If you're ready to go deeper, please visit lucialifecoaching.com and join the 55-day identity shift journey. I got your back. We're going to do this together. If you also want to see other videos, you can explore the full video library here on YouTube. And if you want personalized one-on-one coaching, email me at adeline.lucialifecoaching@gmail.com. You don't have to do this alone. I'll see you in the next video. Until then, be gentle to yourself and remember to step into your new identity. Stop wasting time and make 2026 your epic year. Until the next time, bye-bye.